Good morning. Good morning from Jaunapur. Testing the carbon seat post today. I'll let you know my feedback. Instead of doing a boring straight to camera review, let me take you along my local gravel trails while I share my thoughts on this carbon seat post. For reference, these trails are on the outskirts of Delhi, India. The Delhi and Haryana governments are doing their best to preserve the Aravalli forest, so kudos to them. Now coming back to the review. Some of you might say this is just a placebo effect, and honestly, I can only share what I felt. I'm not a material scientist, and I definitely don't have a PhD in Young's modulus, so I will explain it in simple terms. I felt the most comfort or compliance, if you want to say that, on rough tarmac and smooth gravel. But if you'll ask me what about on chunky gravel, not so much. That's where your tire makes the biggest difference. A slightly wider tire, just 2 to 5 millimeter with lower tire pressure, would have a much bigger impact. So if you are an MTB or XC rider, a carbon seat post isn't really a big deal for you, and I think you would know that. I am not a weight weenie, but I did manage to shave off around 100 grams compared to my stock alloy seat post. For context, I am still running alloy wheels and handlebars on my carbon bike. But weight was never the main concern for my gravel bike. Comfort was. And when it comes to feel, carbon always give you that muted sensation. If I want to put words to that feeling. Some of you might like it, some might not. I know a lot of riders who love the direct road or gravel feedback. But if you're doing long 100 plus K rides, that constant chatter can make you more fatigued. And this is where carbon really shines. It just smooths out the ride. That said, not all carbon seat posts are same, or not all carbon components bikes are same. Some like the Ergon and Canyon split models, they are designed for pure compliance, while other focus on strength with no rider limit, etc. I think the best choice, especially for gravel, is finding a balance, something that gives comfort without costing a fortune. And that's exactly what this seat post did for me. And for your reference, this is Merida Expert CC seat post, and this is not a sponsored video. I bought it with my own money. So to sum it up, go for a decent carbon seat post from a reliable brand. No need for anything super fancy. But here is the key. If your seat post is exposed by at least 100 millimeter, you will actually feel the difference. If you got shorter legs and less seat post showing, I am not sure how much benefits you will get. And finally, on a road bike, I can guarantee that a good carbon seat post, especially a round one with 27.2 millimeter or 25.4 millimeter diameter. 25.4 is something made by Cannondale, I guess. Those would make a lot of sense, because there are also aero seat posts. I'm not pretty sure how much compliance those aero seat posts would bring, but a round seat post, like I've said, with 27.2 or 25.4 millimeter diameter would definitely make a lot of sense. But on a gravel bike, like I've said already, I would recommend upgrading for a wider rear tire first, if possible, because a lot of frame doesn't allow more than 40 or 42 millimeter tires. If you are at the limit of your tire width, then go for a carbon seat post. Otherwise, I will again recommend going for a wider tire. That would bring a lot more comfort. Yeah, that's all from my end. So enjoy the gravel grinding session that I had with my buddy Ricky. Here we are on Gucci gravel. The pristine gravel. The best part of doing gravel riding.